Welcome everyone. We're coming back to Blade Xenoblade Chronicles? No, Xenoblade Chronicles. I can't speak English today apparently. I just got done eating fish and chips. It was delicious. So I don't remember where we left off. I think pretty much the last part I remember is we all got arrested and then like suddenly we're not arrested. Something, the Monado bad, maybe? So, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that front. So, why don't we switch over? Go help people out at sea, I think? Yeah, it was something like that. And welcome, Osai. How are you doing? Doing okay? That's not too bad. Oh yeah. So, I won't be able to do Devil May Cry again on Friday. But the next week, trying to teach my cat not to bite. Ah. Oh, hello, Flame Trap. How you doing? But next week, as I was saying before, I have really strange hours. So, I'm actually going to be playing like all these games earlier than usual, starting at about, what was it, like 12, basically noon, around the times that I'm playing next week. Muscle Ghost. I haven't actually done Ring Fit in a while because a lot of my work has required me to lift heavy stuff, so I'm already sore without having to do Ring Fit. And yeah, happy birthday to your friend. Oh. Everyone got knocked over. I like how everyone got, like, near death's door and Ricky was just sitting there with a comfortable, like, more than half health. Why is Ricky, like, the stealth character? The tank. You finished the game of exercise? I did not finish it. I moved it to the end of my streams. And I haven't done it in a hot minute. Namely because, just like I said, work has been super exhausting lately. Physically. So I haven't really been able to keep up with Ring Fit without pushing myself too far, essentially. Oh, hey Gabe, how you doing? Oh, don't worry, I have the same problem, too much job. Oh, I'm sure a lot of people do these days. The situation I'm in at my work is interesting, to say the very least. They're still cutting hours despite the fact that we desperately need people. So we've been, like, frequently understaffed. while also needing more people. It's kind of baffling. A good example is next week. Next week, normally when they give me hours, they give me, like, typically about the 8-hour shifts. But this next week, all of my shifts across the 5 days I work is 15. Like, I work for 15 hours total that week, and 3-day shifts. Later the job, I'm gonna cook something big. Nice. Oh. I see. Hope the bath is good. But yeah, so like next week I have 5 days that I work, and all of them are 3-hour shifts to make for a 15-hour work week. And since they start at 4, I'm just gonna stream earlier than usual. There we go. Oh, hold up. Alright. Oh, this thing is super powered. It's got spike damage. It missed. Oh geez, this might be rough. Seems to be resistant to everything. Oh, we beat it. It also exploded. Okay, that was rougher than it needed to be. Heyo, what you need? The worker finally came to fix the transporter, but he went to get some ether crystals and never came back. You can get to the crystal depot, deposit, from behind the lighthouse. Do you think you could go and take a look for me? Yeah? Ricky is powerful. But yeah, on the topic of the job thing, I must admit I am a little worried that maybe they're doing a thing where, like, they're getting prepared to lay me off or something. Usually if a job is giving you that few hours in a week, it's kind of like a sign of things to come. Especially didn't help when I went to go ask if it was, like, potentially a mistake. They were like, oh, that's just when we... that's the only time we need you. And it's like, oh, thanks. So yeah, if I end up with no job, I might, I don't know, I'll probably just have more time to stream until I find another one. Well, we'll see how things go. But I'm pulling, like, super aggro. Oh, it's locked. Quite a few items we got recently. I cannot escape the aggro today. We don't have anything that does break on Ryan yet, and he kind of needs that.
Nice. Ricky was cool, yes? Monster! Now we're working as one. Because Ricky is here, yes? Double it! Go! Monster! Find item! Fire! Bring it on!
Kind of surprising just how much damage Ricky can output in comparison to all the other characters.
Not sweep. Did you even try to go to school? Yeah, Rhyme is cleaner. So like sweeping. Why do I waste my time?
You boys right here. There's two of them, so I'm gonna have to keep track of everyone here. Especially with Charlotte seemingly taking aggro.
Ricky do better than anyone. Leave it to Ryan. Follow Ricky.
Give him some bleed.
I know.
Do I even have Bone Upper equipped? I don't think I do.
I'm on it. Ow, that's scorching hot. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's get going.
Good thing I'm here. No?
I got pants. had my arts sealed. Oh boy.
Don't give up. I'm not...
Sorry.
Wake up!
Ricky getting serious time. Ricky getting hungry.
Sorry, I got focus.
Monster! Don't knock off.
Oh jeez. This is a battle that I think I needed more preparation for. Alright, which one of these is the one that keeps sealing my arts? Oh, and everyone's dead. Okay, we'll have to try that again. Let's see. Is there anything in here that I can do real quick?
Hey.
I'm living near the lighthouse so I can research Area C, but I'm having trouble finding a few things that I need. I want to study hill and coin purses and doomsday poppies. Do you think you could help me? So you'll help me? Wow, thanks. I'm so glad I asked you. Alright, so we got a quest out of this. Oh, exactly what I was hoping for. As long as I take it slow, I should be able to actually deal with this fight. But man, it is a lot of enemies. Probably for the better that you don't have to use items in this game. If I did, I think I would probably be out of resources. Everything is up to abilities instead.
Don't let a single one escape.
Leave it to right.
Don't get too excited, Ricky. Bullet, go! Ricky's sidekick's too good.
We ain't even started yet, Gramps.
Monster!
Oh, man.
Get up on! Very cool!
So it looks like these guys can just, at any point, seal our arts.
Monster! Monster! Ricky shows secret nothing special move!
That is rough.
Just one left.
Ricky! Ricky's full of ankle's getting hotter.
Who needs arts anyways? Just use brute power. Like 98% of Ricky's damage comes from arts. Without them, Ricky doesn't do the best damage.
You like that? Leave it to right.
Man, there's just so much that goes on in this small space. I'm dazed, Ryan, help.
Sorry.
Was that a laser beam?
Now we're working as one. It's 'cause Ricky is my rival's getting hotter. Happy. Thanks.
Oh yeah, I managed to topple it. Ain't that nice?
What we do, we can change the future. No give up.
Cheers. Now it's right time. Bring it on.
Okay. It's really hard to tell what the back of this thing is. Can definitely already tell when it dies though, because it just explodes. Was that just gas? Yeah, I was basically being assaulted by a sentient cloud of gas the entire time. The wonders of life. Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, that might actually be good. Oh, Ryan actually increased his affinity to Ricky. He likes Ricky more now. Ooh, that would be useful. But what do I replace? I guess Hero Time. Because the Happy Happy dance is really useful, but putting enemies to sleep is also very useful.
I don't want anyone dying out there.
Let me at 'em.
And they resisted it.
Now we're working as one.
Oh, jeez. I can't even tell what's going on here.
Leave it to me.
What?
Ryan, do your thing. We're starting to look like a team. Yep, team looking.
Help, I'm trapped.
Don't rush off.
Guarding.
Can you still fight? I'm not doing too well. No panic. Daddy.
We may need to flee this. Oh, they bound me. This is all sorts of bad. Can't hit me through the teleporter. There we go. Just barely made it out. And Ryan is tripping over his own feet in response. Okay. I need to figure out a good way to approach that fight. Because they're all linked together. And they're all level 36. I may need to... Okay, Ryan. Maybe if I can take an alternative path. Did they just reverse it on me? Ricky sleeps with his eyes open. Yeah, I might need to grind some more. Yeah, I'm gonna probably just go do some grinding first. Thankfully, it teleports all three of us back here. Let's beat up a few of the wildlife here instead. Being as the things around that area are a little higher level than us.
I don't want anyone dying out there. Don't get too excited, Ricky.
Ricky needs to grow in strength. It does topple quite a bit now that I've upgraded it. Can it be poisoned as a robot? This robot is capable of being poisoned.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
That's the 6th piece of sturdy armor we need. Let's take them back to Ruthen. He can make the deciphering machine. Oh. There you go. Decent amount of AP spread across everything. You don't max one thing at a time? I could, but it really depends on what I've got here. Because, like, right now, Bitey Bitey is useful, but if I wanted anything, Sneaky is what I would want to max out, which I haven't found the book to max that out yet. I have to find books for further level ups on that front. And since I basically already had everything for the initial levels of Bitey Bitey, it wasn't as much of a priority as getting the new move, Bedtime, to leveled up, because that way I would have more effect time on when I put someone to sleep. In the case of Rhine, I'm mostly keeping things that I actually use with him leveled up. Should probably look into Charla's stuff as well. I haven't touched her in a long time. Everything that she's got equipped is leveled up. But usually I do focus one thing if it's particularly useful. Like in the case of Shulk's Monado, Enchant and Shield are insanely useful. So I had to level those up. But I had Speed and Purge leveled up because I needed those at the moment a lot more than the other ones. Because I wasn't fighting any Mechon. So instead,
This one's mine.
Don't let a single one escape.
I went and got, you know, the Speed and Purge. So does Bedtime just put me to sleep?
Follow Ricky. Ricky, Ricky. No, be slow, Ryan. I know. In your face. Yahoo!
I need to look into that. Target enemy and user. Oh, dear. Okay, so what happens when I use Bedtime is if it is resisted by the enemy, I get thrown to sleep as well. That's what was happening. It wasn't them deflecting it at me, it was me not paying attention to the targeting.
My rifle's getting hotter. Let's stay alert.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
How close am I to leveling up? Fairly close.
Let me at 'em.
Don't let a single one escape.
Dive somebody.
Ow.
My rifle's getting hotter. Let's do it, Ryan. It's just a matter of time now.
Yeah, baby.
Spirit.
Leave it to Ryan. Joe.
I'm on it. We're not finished yet. Leave it to you.
There we go.
Nicely done.
Monster!
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Wonder if this game would have been any easier if it had like an actual multiplayer. Because the one thing I always find in like any RPG is that your AI partners are always kind of not smart. They're learning. Not very fast they aren't. All the status ailments.
What's wrong with me?
My rifle's getting hotter. I feel more powerful.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Let's stay alert.
I think a really good example of an RPG that kind of needed its multiplayer, though, Secret of Mana. I really like the game, but I cannot deny that the AI is dumb as rocks.
Leave it to Ryan.
Don't let a single one escape.
Bring it on.
My rifle's getting hotter. What about me? What am I gonna do with you?
Doesn't seem to be able to move much when it actually starts doing that laser beam thing.
I'm not sure how.
Let's not lose our heads, though.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Okay, I think we need a couple more fights before we're level 36. Charla is already level 36, but we need Rhine and Ricky. I could probably also use Shulk at some point. Hopefully that respawns everything in the area. If not, I'll do a little more backtracking. Because it's kind of empty here now that I've kind of destroyed everything in the area.
Sidekicks, Ricky lead you to battle.
Let me at 'em.
I can handle this one.
Come on, beat! I'm turning up the heat. Now it's right time.
That was a weird spot for the bird to spot my party members, actually.
I'm not doing too well. No loose spirit is back.
Let's not
We
lose
get
our
up and
heads,
it just
Let's keep on going like this,
crumbles.
guys.
It stopped trying to fight as soon as it realized that it would just die.
Ricky is hero bomb, so feel no fear. I can handle this one.
Leave it to right. Dive so back.
Monster!
Now it's right time.
Always take chance.
Bring it on.
Now!
Ready to roll.
Maybe what I should do, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe what I should do in that fight is immediately open up with bedtime.
Wait, what a pain. They're coming in droves. My rifle's getting hotter. Ricky shows secret no Ricky, find item.
If I put all of them to sleep and have my party focus on one, maybe I would be able to Oh dear. I keep getting knocked over.
Sorry, and thanks. Sorry. Gotta cool off. Okay.
I got toppled. That's from topple.
Leave it to me.
Give me some space. Feel around. Fighting. Ricky's friends rain. That's good. Thank you. Ricky's your secret number special move.
Now, first aid. The thanks goes to me.
Lay on floor later.
I'll smash that future away. Gotta focus on target.
Monster. This one soon gets sleepy.
We can do it.
But he's gonna get hit by that anyways. Oh, I got put to sleep too? That's not good. God, that was rough. Well, we're all level 36 now. We'll see how well I can pull it off. Oh, and the things here respawned, finally. Time to kill them again. Pretty much.
Friends, act on own. I'm on it. The next one will hurt even more. Things less bang attack.
It's really that Beastman curse that's getting us the worst. This enemy type puts up a fight.
Okay, let's get going.
Definitely gonna have to put them all to sleep before we start the fight. Even then, they don't even... If I all lock them together, however... Or Ryan can spin.
Follow Ricky! Holy moly, keep on rolling!
Yo!
My turn!
Girl, with you around, I fight 3 times as hard.
We're not finished yet. Leave it to Hero Pon. Hero Pon's breath make monster sick.
So with all of them poisoned and one bound, that should give us some advantage.
I'm not doing too well. No panic.
Oh, that bind is nasty. They've basically got everything to just annihilate me up until late. I think there's a little too much that they've got. Like, they can leave you in place, prevent you from using any of your moves, and then on top of that are also capable of, like, basically just demolishing you. Yeah, it's a little weird. Maybe I should break out Shulk. I don't know if Shulk has exactly what we need. But his shield, I think, can help.
Everyone, make a run for it!
Alright. They all made it over. Ricky may be too single target focused now that I'm thinking about it. Because all of Ricky's moves are basically single target and nothing else. We'll see how much better it goes with this.
Hey, don't hobble the glory! Everyone, let's go! Eat this! Now it's right time! Alright, I'm feeling it! We can definitely do this! This is the Monado's power!
This seems to go a lot smoother. Ryan still has trouble, but he doesn't get completely decimated anymore either. Maybe this is what we need. Just immediately killed? Jeez. Shulk does not have a lot of defense, I guess. I don't think that would actually help him. Yeah, not even Shulk can finish this fight. There's too many of them, and they've got too many aspects of their combat, like, just locked off. So I'm gonna need to grind a bit, I guess, because it wants me to be higher level. Yeah, I think they're just too strong. I find it just a little ridiculous that they've got so many of their, like, moves, because a lot of those moves you would think would be for different units, but no, it's just one of those units has all of those moves, and there's 4 of that same exact unit.
Sorry, it's my fault. My rifle's getting hotter.
Good job, everyone.
Okay, let's get going.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Is there anything I can do to give myself some better armor as Shulk instead? Take away Ricky's stuff and give it to Shulk instead. Since he's currently the one in use. Who gained an art? Dunban? Or Dunban? Huh. Well, we'll have to kill some stuff until, I want to say, probably like level 40.
Let's do this. I hate these things. Right, you're a lifesaver. Now perfect for a chain attack. Now it's right time. Take this. Bring it on.
I'm no longer quite as familiar with Shulk's layout. What's happening?
Watch out!
Shulk, are you serious? Shield booking time's over. Try and dodge this.
Shala, you're really focused. Pesky thing. I can change the future. Yeah! Now it's right time. I see it.
You're gonna be right back? Alright.
I'm turning up the heat. Missed! Right? It's okay. Cheers. Alright. Time for a chain attack.
Got it. I only need one shot.
Come on. Easy there, right? Dive so
My back is getting hotter.
Split it! Powering up. That's right. Now it's right time. Oh yeah, baby. Right. Leave it to Ryan. Wow, down. Backslash.
Keep it up, everyone.
Right, Slash, we can do it. Yeah. I'm powering up.
Can you still fight?
Yeah. I'll get stuck back in. Big stream. Eat this. Now it's right time. Bring it on. Very well. Don't give up. I'm right next to you.
Every time those things explode, it doesn't even do that much damage. It just knocks you flat on your ear. Okay. So to 38 is about where I want to try. These are pretty weak.
We're starting to look like a team.
We can do even better. Ring up. Come on, Shala. Eat this. Dream edge. Wow, down. Come on. Nasty thing. Dive shot back. Split it.
Shulk.
Attack.
Guess I gotta try harder.
Everyone, let's go. Backslash. Beat. You never stood a chance. Who else wants some?
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
Well, there's something for Ricky. It is not good.
Right, you're a lifesaver. Wow! Ronaldo, lend us your power! I'm powering up. More enemies! How's this? Now it's right time.
My right is getting hotter.
Right, you're right. I'm feeling it. Right, you're alive. Here we go. Dream edge. I know. Wow, down. Shala.
I'm on it. Head shaker.
That's quite a bit of damage in just one chain.
Everyone, let's go! This is the Ronaldo's power! Hang in there! Ronaldo, lend us your power! Let's keep up the pressure!
so much going on.
Everyone, let's go! This isn't going well. Sorry, I got no vision. I can't go on. Right, I'm trying. This is not good. Okay, Shulk, got it.
My rifle's getting hotter.
Thinking future. We can definitely do this. Okay, now we're getting started.
Ryan, don't jump the gun now.
Get in there, Shulk.
Sharp as a nail. Give me some space.
Powering up. Thanks. Alright, I'm feeling it. Yeah, now it's all together now.
Gotta cool off.
I see it.
Some more elemental bullets. 99 damage. That is like half of what she's got for health right now.
Watch out.
Are you serious?
Missed. Right?
Don't worry about it.
Cheers. Now it's right time. Bring it on. We can definitely do this.
My rifle's getting hotter.
Powering up. Take this. Missed. Right? Don't worry about it. Cheers. Now it's right time. Bring it on. Missed. Right? Don't worry about it.
There's a lot of missing going on.
Gotta cool off. Good to go.
Powering up. Right time.
Wow. We had to kill a lot just to survive that. And we barely survived, like, twice. That could have gone, like, significantly worse. I'm pretty sure I can already equip medium armor. Yeah, right there. So at any point, if I need medium armor, I've got it.
Time for a chain attack.
Clear shot. Ready and waiting. Now!
Powering up. Behold the power of the Monado.
A lot of things seem to be able to do bind here.
Everyone, let's go. Now it's right time. Bring it on. So back. We can definitely do this. Powering up.
There we go.
Man, what a bunch of jokers.
Let's keep on going like this, guys.
We're almost to 37. And I believe tackling that many enemies in the center was part of what helped. I was a little late on that.
This isn't going well. You never stood a chance.
Let's stay alert.
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Hmm. Maybe what I should do is look into getting those books. Because those books could give us stronger abilities, and right now, I think Ryan needs some because his tanking is lacking. He also needs better armor. Sharla, on the other hand, needs better armor and just better everything. Does Dunban have any skills that, like, draw aggro away? Okay, he does. A single one. Hmm? Oh, I cannot read that. Hold on. Sitfek? Hello, and thank you for following. I'm mostly just sitting here grinding a bit because the next encounter is a little much for my party. It's a bunch of beastmen that can inflict a curse that prevent my arts from going off. Just Windex for convenience. Okay, Windex. How are you doing? Let's see, where was town again? I think that way. Burb. I swear to God. The only strat really is to overlevel for this point, if I remember right. That's what I was thinking. I saw, like, all the abilities those beastmen have, and it's just, like, a little absurd. They've got things that cover, like, every situation. They can bind you, they can prevent you from using your arts. They can daze you. It's just, like, there's a lot. Maybe switching to Ricky Dunban Shulk. I did have Ricky and try Shulk before, but it didn't exactly work as well as one would hope. It's really overwhelming. Yeah, it would be one thing if it was just 2 of them, but it's 4 of them. And I ain't about ready to stoop down to casual mode, so... I've done fair enough in most of this. It's usually, like, certain major encounters that just get me. Nothing else really does. It's kind of weird how this game does that. I was overleveled when I played due to quests. Maybe I should pick up some extra quests. I think there's some in the city. But one of the things I've noticed is that, like, if you coast through the story, you're going to encounter parts where it's like, oh yeah, everything is perfectly fine, manageable. You're surviving the normal battles, but as soon as a boss comes in, you're just demolished. There's a lot of quests in here, holy cow. It's kind of weird. I like the game, but I think that's really my only major complaint, is that it has a really weird way of handling difficulty.
Are you that?
Ah, what in Bionis have I done? I know they'll never forgive me for this. Sounds like you've got a problem. Hey, would you be willing to listen to me? Thank you kindly. You see, something strange is happening to me recently. Whenever I see those two friends of mine, my chest begins to ache. I think I must have somehow fallen for both of them. Falling for two people at once. Whatever is the matter with me? I mean, there's Polly. As a bloke, I think I know where you're coming from. When you get on with someone too well, things start changing. The same thing happened to you? But unlike me, you look like you can decide your own fate. I wish I could be like you. I just try to be honest, but sometimes you can't just manage by yourself, so rely on us. We'll do all we can to try and help you. Well, even if I like them, I have no idea what they think of me, so could you please help me? There are like 2 boss fights where you'll be average leveled and then get destroyed. Only 2? Let's see. I can remember about 3 where I was like average leveled and got destroyed. There's the spider, the first actual like metal-faced boss that really caused me to die a lot. And what was the other one? It was an actual boss, not just a story encounter. That one mechon that attacks Juju. All 3 of those gave me a lot of trouble. The tentacle one, yeah. Though, to be fair, I think in the case of the tentacle one, it wasn't so much a leveling problem as it was just... I wasn't understanding his thing as much. What's a Nopon doing here? My friend gave me present when he moved here, but me lost it. Me searched high and low, but no luck finding it. You can help me, yes? Very, very important to me. When Nopon was moving house, he lost a very special charm that could never be replaced. Find it for the poor child. Monado speed does kind of suck, though. Does it? I mean, I haven't used it a whole lot. I think it's the one Monado skill that I almost always forget I have. I'll occasionally use Buster to hit multiple enemies. And then, you know, purge whenever it's necessary. Shield can be useful, but I'm still trying to figure out what it protects against and doesn't protect against. Yeah, friends want Nello. Nello busy being different. Poor Nello. Sounds like you've got a problem. Nello get drunk very quick, but Nello loves drinking. So always get drunk and make big problem for buddies. But Nello, here's something good. There is medicine that makes you want to drink less. Need friends to find ingredients so Nello can make it. And then there's Chunky. He's playing Pokemon Sword. We'll see Nello in a headline soon. Probably. Some of the Nopon quests are extremely serious. Nello wants to go drinking with his friends, but gets drunk very easily. Ooh, friends very kind. Nello, wait here for a little tipple. No problem, leave it to me. Nothing can stand in the way when me and Shulk are on the case. This one in particular. You just take it easy and sit tight. Let's give it all we got, Ryan. Wait, did I already have all the stuff for him? Okay, so I need hot pots. I lack the hot pots. It would help if I went up the right side of the escalator. Hello?
Well,
My boyfriend was selected for subjugation duty. It's a great honor to be selected for this task. But if I'm to be truthful, I don't want him to go and get hurt. I have a crazy request, but I'll ask anyways. Could you defeat the target of the subjugation force before they do? Fix my marriage, the usual. Very simple, give me blood. You're being serious? I asked you because you look strong. I'm so glad I did. Anyway, that monster inhabits secluded island. According to my boyfriend, it only appears at night. And only nights with shooting stars. Something about this tells me Nell isn't using the blood for medicine. God. Oh. So these are the Imperial family's beloved star drops. We'll have collected all 5. We should take them to her. Shooting star knights are annoying to deal with. Well, I imagine it seems awfully specific. He got his charm back. Nello is now vaguely happier than he was before. Rare when you want them, common. Oh, rare when you want them, common when you want normal weather. Yeah, that sounds like standard RNG affairs.
Are you that?
I lost a keepsake from my mother while out on a stroll. I've tried looking, but I can't find it. I hate to ask, but could you help me look? I'm grateful. I'm sure my mother would be happy as well. It's the Rain UM quests all over again. I'm not sure if I did those. To be honest, I haven't been doing as many quests as I should, probably. That said, I also... Oh, unique monster. Ah. The weird part, though, is that despite not really doing quests terribly often, which usually in this sort of game means death sentence, I haven't had a lot of issues with standard monsters. It's usually, like, very specific bosses.
What is it?
Where on by honest did I drop it? What? Oh, hi. Sorry for being so distracted. I lost a ring that I was going to give to my girlfriend. I don't suppose you could help me look for it. How many marriages are all in, like, peril because of, like, the clumsiness of these people? Xenoblade 2 is less harsh compared to the first game. These guys are really good at losing important items. Yeah, for real. They drop things so often, I'm pretty sure they got permanent butterfingers. Leveling-wise. Well, that's good at least. I think I think the other VCat, Jellycat, wanted to do Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So when that time comes around, I think I'll just be playing it off stream. Maybe? We haven't really figured that out yet. Still, I'm so early on in Xenoblade that probably by the time I complete it, Jellycat would have already started. From what I understand, they're very different. Is Ricky in Xenoblade 2? I don't know, actually. I know that there's Napon in Xenoblade 2. Which, I don't know why, but that's such a hard thing to say without it sounding wrong. Or just feeling like you said it wrong at the very least. It's weird how that works. These buses can drift.
I hope you can see me.
He's a DLC challenge battle enemy. Uh-oh, that means we're gonna get destroyed. He's tough to beat? Of course he's tough to beat! He's been destroying, like, all of the local wildlife in my game. He has more health than Ricky, does more damage than anyone. His only major fault is that he's a single target type of enemy. Like, not enemy, like, most of his moves are all single target. He can't really hit more than one person at once in this. But he does quite a bit of damage in my experience. No, Ricky. Ricky does, like, crap loads of damage. Shulk does decent damage too, but he's able to hit more than one enemy at a time. Ricky is like a single target powerhouse. Shulk is more of like an all-rounder. He kind of hits everything at least that's what it seems like. Ricky has amazing DPS? Yes, he does. Best in the game? I knew I liked Ricky for a reason. You want to know what I think of Scarline? Some people say bad things about him, but I think they've got it all wrong. He's a really good man. He's actually been manipulated by quite a few women in the past. So I hope he realizes how we feel for him soon. Shulk can heal well. Yeah. Never doubt Shulk's healing capabilities. That's something I found out very early on. So all in all, Charla F tier? Really? At the moment, Charla's been a great help. Or is it one of those things where she starts off really great, and then, like, over time she becomes, like, not amazing? She's only meh with Rhine. I think... Oh, actually, there's... She becomes useless really soon. Oh. Poor thing. When Ricky gets a heal art? Wait, Ricky is going to heal. Oh no. Ricky soon will just dominate everything. Ricky has everything? Is that why he's so powerful when you fight against him in Xenoblade 2? He's a jack of all trades, master of all trades? Amazing. What level does Ricky get that, though? I don't... Oh, wait. I do have it. Hold on. I need to equip that. I have a heal. I'll get rid of bedtime for now. Unless I can figure out something else to replace. Also, kind of want to move these together. Hero time is broken? Is it? Hmm. Behave as meh. Well, we'll see how this works out then. And we'll put Ricky back in the party, baby. Although I don't personally go for a disruptive Ricky, but more so a gun. Does Ricky get a gun?
Hey,
What do I think about Scarlin? But why do I have to tell you that? Scarlin asked you to find out? Why didn't he come and ask me himself? At any rate, I certainly don't dislike him. In fact, no, this is something I ought to tell him myself. In person. Ricky is a gun. Maybe what Charla should be using instead is Ricky. I'm now just imagining, like, Charla going, like, Waka from Final Fantasy X, but with Ricky instead of a ball. I actually like that mental image a lot. Why couldn't we have had that? You know what? I should play Final Fantasy X at some point. That's a good one as well. I'm actually familiar with Final Fantasy X. I've never beaten it. Or really gotten particularly far, I think. Oh, I passed it. Did you know Ricky was originally supposed to be squishy? Like, HP-wise, or like he was actually supposed to be squishy? Well, it sounds as though they do not dislike me, at least. That alone is a tremendous relief for me to hear. Never played a FF game? HP-wise. Yeah, honestly, Ricky feels like he should be squishy given all he can do, but here he is being tankier than Rhyme. And I've played a few FF, like, Final Fantasy games. I played Final Fantasy IV. Then they made a coding error giving him a ton of base health. Oh my god. So the entire reason Ricky is tanky is because of a coding error? Oh my god. They found it funny, so they kept it in. That is the best way to handle it. I'm glad to ask you for your help. I'm glad everything worked out. All done. Well done, us. If I had just worried about it on my own, it would have not ended well. I owe you my gratitude. Thank you. Here, take this as a token of my appreciation. Ooh, spike defense. Oh, we leveled up. Or some of us leveled up. Shulk is here alone. It makes him unbalanced but perfect. So what you're saying is Ricky should have been the main character. Imagine Ricky with the Monado. I think that would be kind of silly looking. We got some extra glove types. You know, those gloves, they look a lot nicer with what his current, like, outfit is. But there's something about the spikes that just make him amazing. Ricky technically plays a larger role in Future Connect than Shulk does. That's the after story thing, right? Extra story, yeah. We got another quest. Oh, it's you again. Take a guess at what happened after you helped me out. Could you go into more detail? Go on, spill it. I'm sure Shulk will have something up his sleeve. You can help too, Ryan. I'll tell you what happened. Both of the girls approached me, and they both confessed that they have affections for me as well. So now I have to decide between them. What a conundrum. How can they expect me to make a decision just like that? But at the same time, even I can see that things cannot go on like this. In fact, I am the most terrified of ruining what we already have. So once again, could I please ask for your help? Baba Booey. Oh, did Discord break again? Oh dear. I know that this is a problem I should deal with myself, but just this once, I truly need your help. No problem, leave it to me. Nothing can stand in the way when me and Shulk are on the case. You can just take it easy and sit tight. Let's give it all we got, Ryan. Now I've leveled up. And I cannot hug Ricky, but he can spin. If I just let him sit there for a bit. First he's gotta dance. Come on. He, like, always spins in, like, weird moments. And then the moment I'm expecting him to spin, he just dances. A 40-year-old man, everyone. He can't just spin on command. A father of like 5. I think he had more than 5. Little guy had like a crap load of kids. $11? Is it 11? I don't know if it was 11. It certainly was more than 5. 13? Oh my... Ricky. Ricky needs to learn to stop. He canonically has over 10. God. No wonder he's in debt. He adopts as well. Oh. So he's just overall a really cool father. I got something from a merchant I met and became friends with. I should have been more careful. I think I lost it somewhere. Sorry, but okay, how many of you people are going to lose your items? Y'all drop things like no one's business. You're really going to help me look for it? There's no way I'd have found it by myself. I'm grateful for your kindness. Next, they will lose their children. Oh no. Just find their stuff and sell it. I like how this just looks like a magnifying glass that's just burning this area in particular. You completed the Alchemoth resident's request. He's happy to get his gift back. If you ever bored, talk to unnamed NPCs. They say the best things, do they?
Me.
Have you heard? An extremely violent monster has appeared in Magna Forest. Some bigwig from the place was sent off to defeat it. We have that bigwig. That's a lame one. You can't expect them all to be bangers. favorite is Grr, I'm angry. Let me guess. A Napon said that. I hope one just talks about the end of the world and they don't say anything else. Hey, you know that Lady Melia must wear a mask in public, right? It's necessary in order to be accepted by the forefathers. It's a treasure handed down in the imperial family for generations. Lore. No, it's a hom. Wow, I gotta do that too. Same! We'll all be accepted by the forefathers.
Yes?
Do you know Sleeping Dragon Isle at Aerith Sea? When it's raining, I'd advise you to stay away from there.
What is it?
May I ask if you are using arts that break the enemy? If you currently do not use them, may I advise their use. Even this little step should make battling that much easier.
Me.
I wonder if everyone on Bionis knows where Aether comes from. Us Hyantia can gather Aether from atmosphere around us. Oh, hi, Simpson. Alchemist sucks in general, though. They actually give you tips. Yeah, they do. Napon and Colony 9. I haven't actually been to Colony 9 in a hot minute. Despise Alchemoth. Too big. You see, when I'm looking around Alchemoth, it really reminds me of Phantasy Star Online 2. Or, what was it called? Star Ocean? I've played a couple of the Star Ocean games, but I've never really played very far in any of them, because I don't know, actually. Despise Alchemoth. Too big. After 50 hours, it hurts. I think I'm only at the 15-hour mark so far. Oh, that speed boost, though. Okay. There's more quests up here. Tiny child. Where could they be? The textbook doesn't have many details at all. Hey, could you help me with something? When I grow up, I want to become a scientist. Right now, I'm trying to find out about this particular bug. It's really cool. Sounds like you've got a problem. You're not getting us mixed up in someone else's problems again. You're too soft, you are. Still, Shulk's gotta be Shulk. Fine, I know you want to help just as much as I do. So let's hear what's up. I've heard that after they hatch, they glow for a bit, but I've only seen pictures of it in my textbook. Considering my 330 hours in Xenoblade 1, makes sense I dislike large areas. Understandable. That's why I want to see it at least once for real. A glowing insect. The only species I know like that would be the gold caterpillar. Could that be what you're after? Yeah, that's it. A gold caterpillar. It inhabits the lower Bionis. I have no idea where. I thought you might know, because you're Homs and all. I might actually have one. I heard that they like really dark and damp places, but my stupid textbook just says they're on lower Bionis. No problem. Leave it to me. If Shulk puts his mind to it, Ricky know he succeed. I'm relying on you too, Ricky. Collect... Oh, I don't have any of them. Lower Bionis is whack. Colorful bugs is not a good sign. The too-strong monkey? Have I not been to Lower Bionis, or did I already forget? Immovable and territorial. Oh, wait. That was... Where was that? That was like in the marsh, wasn't it? At least I think so. It's kind of interesting to see where all I've gone on the Bionis. I started like right here, and then just like climbed up. Nah, Satoral isn't that scary, where it would have reoccurring Xenoblade characters. Wonder where it would have been then. The leg? Well, let's venture around the leg for a bit and get these golden caterpillars. Oh wait, no. Think Tephra? Okay, I keep... So, this is an issue I have with multiple games. I am so used to old, like, consoles. So when I look down at my controller and press what is usually the start button, I'm used to it bringing up this menu. But that's Y. Or, X. For Nintendo Switch. So every now and then I'll, like, accidentally open up the system menu instead. And I do it quite often. I do it even with Kingdom Hearts. Oh, Xenoblade has that problem. It's plus for menus on Xenoblade 2. All the menus got reworked for Switch. On Wii it was plus. So which version did you play specifically? Did you go with the Switch first or the Wii version? Both? You did both at the same time. Because for me, this is my first time experiencing Xenoblade at all. Because played Wii a year or two ago when I found Wii. And Xenoblade Definitive Edition last June. You see, for me, I had heard a lot about Xenoblade Chronicles. So I figured to myself, okay, I've heard a lot of good about this game, never actually played it for myself. It's now on Switch, I have a Switch, and I just got this Switch Pro controller. Wait, no, I didn't even have the Pro controller yet. Oh, hello. But yeah, like, I heard a lot about Xenoblade, but never actually had the opportunity to play it on the Wii. Couldn't think of it, I missed out on a lot of games on the Wii, because my family was a little on the cheaper end, so a lot of the games that we got for it were not quite shovelware, but definitely getting there. I got a job to pay for my video games. When I was still playing on the Wii, I was a little young to be paying for my own video games, I think. It started when you were 9. Oh. I don't know if I could have ever started working when I was 9. Done child acting to buy DS games. Huh. Brain training was fun. I think, let's see, what kind of DS games were fun in general? That I will agree with. I had a lot of fun with a lot of the DS games that I had. I used to play like Dragon Quest IX a lot. Kirby Squeak Squad. Pokemon. I played a lot of Pokemon when I was early, like in my early years. Trying to remember what else I did on the DS a lot. Oh wait, I missed those right over there. There we go. I feel like Gen 4 and Gen 5 stands out as good games on the DS. Oh, for sure. I don't know. For me, I kind of started losing interest in Pokemon around the time that I got to Pokemon Y. And I just could not actually go beyond that. I think I didn't even get halfway through Y before I stopped. Didn't like X and Y? Well, at least I'm not the only one, I guess. I did feel like they were extremely boring at times. There was a lot of moments where all I could think of is just, like, why? I don't think I ever touched on Sun and Moon, so I'm actually unfamiliar with those as well. Kneecap Hill. Okay, another thing to complain about with this game. Heart to Hearts. Why does it even bother showing me them if I can't access them? Sun and Moon, in your opinion, were the last good Pokemon games? I don't know what I would consider to be the last good ones, because I haven't played any beyond X and Y. And while I didn't like X and Y, I can't really form an opinion on any of the other games without having touched on them at all. Heart-to-hearts are infuriating at times. Well, I'll keep that in mind, I guess. When going for high completion, it's just kind of annoying. Is it like super RNG? Or is it like you just kind of have to know how everything goes? Because I've only ever done the one, I think. It's super monotonous for higher affinity mid to late game. I think right now I've got really good affinity with, yeah, Ryan's affinity is great. Ryan and Shulk are like two peas in a pod. I haven't actually used enough of the other characters, if I'm going to be honest. I've used Ricky, but I have not really used Dunban yet. Ryan and Shulk achieve max affinity real easy. Is that because they're, like, just friendlier people? Together? Like, or just because they've been, you know... You know what? Weren't they already high at, like, the start of the game? Since, like, 2 chapters, it's only them. Yeah, there's that, but, like, weren't they also just kind of, like, high affinity to start with, or did it start them off with yellow? They were level 2 affinity at the beginning. So they were on, like, green. And there's another heart-to-heart. Okay, so Dunban and Ricky need to get friendly. And I imagine gaining affinity kind of just is more a grind than anything else. Dunban's heart-to-hearts are all quotable, in that they're really dumb, or in that they're inspiring. Hilarious and inspiring. Ah. I'm guessing Ricky's are mostly, like, comedic. Ryan just alley-ooping over there. Ricky's are comedic and or wholesome. I see. Charla is lame.
Victory to Ricky!
Those are probably, like, way weak now. I do find it kind of interesting, though. I may have lost the use of one arm, but that can't hold me back. Ah, that kind of character. But one of the things I noticed while playing this game is that its combat system heavily reminds me of... what was it? Final Fantasy not 11. Final Fantasy 12.
Everyone do good!
Good thing I'm here. No? Anyone?
Cursed quotes at times. I'm not actually sure how to get there, so that's probably... Spring of Grief. It's like that's unexplored. Xenoblade 1 has a battle system which gets overshadowed by Xenoblade X and 2 in terms of complexity. Really? And badly explained. Oh, Jellycat will be in for a real treat then. Whilst X is just an expansion of 1's battle system. 2 is so badly explained at times. My only qualm with 2. Maybe I'll have to give it a shot at some point after I finish this. I know it's technically not required to have, like, knowledge of the first game for Xenoblade 2. But I've already started 1, so I might as well finish it. Especially since I'm enjoying my time with it. I'm kind of noticing what's going on here. Whoever told you that is wrong objectively? Is that so? Because I've heard that from a lot of people. There's a large callback to Xenoblade 1? Maybe I'll tell Jellycat that then. And it's in the story as well. Interesting. Gotta find a way up there at some point. You won't understand 2's plot without playing 1. It'll just be different. X is way different, though. X is basically unrelated to 1. Interesting. Semi-related to 2. I'm really bad at timing that.
We win! Let's not lose our heads, though.
Everyone do good!
Could open it if you had a key. I do not. The one thing I do know about the original version, although technically you could play 2 then 1. What I was saying though is, one thing I do know about the original version is that the character models looked very strange. I do actually really like that heartless emote, Simpson. I don't know why I failed to say the name that time. It's one of those days. I have no idea where these things are. Ricky's model didn't change much. Well, I guess there's that then. Shulk changed a lot. I know that much. From what I saw of the original models, they reminded me a lot of, what's that game called? Vagrant Story? Not a game I've actually played myself, mind you, but it's a game I've heard a lot about. Melia, Charla, and Rhine are the biggest changes. It's always interesting to note how games change over time. And I'm very familiar with the idea of that because I used to be a World of Warcraft player, like a very frequent player of that game. And I came back to it semi-recently, having not touched it since like the end of Wrath of the Lich King. And I don't even fucking recognize... There goes my one F-bomb for the PG-13. I don't recognize it at all. I think the weirdest part for me, like, relearning all of, World of Warcraft, is learning that the talent tree no longer exists. So a lot of the customization that I was previously familiar with is no longer there. WoW was always kind of intimidating. Understandable. It's one of the biggest MMOs in existence. And also, it doesn't have the friendliest community. Like, just genuinely, World of Warcraft's community is not going to treat anyone nice. I've got a lot of unexplored regions here. I think if you're going to play any, like, MMO, though, Final Fantasy XIV is probably what you want to go for. It's a lot more beginner-friendly. It's got a very friendly community. And it's probably also a little more forgiving in general. I actually haven't been to Colony 9 in a while, so it's kind of weird to be back here. Suppose I should preface my knowledge and just say that, like, in general, I've been playing MMOs for a long period of my life. I believe, like, the first actual MMO I got into was MapleStory, which, I'm just gonna say it outright, I would not recommend getting into MapleStory. I find it hard to get into games. I can too. I've got, like, some wicked ADHD problems. So certain games, if they, like, throw too much at me at the very beginning, I kind of get overwhelmed and just cannot. When I do the 300-hour playtime exists, usually about the same with me. A good example is... I just had the name in my head. Why did I already forget it? Satisfactory, that's it. Satisfactory was a game where, like, I went from just being like, yeah, you know, I'll play it, because a friend wanted me to look at it, and the next thing I know, I have a 14-hour session of just building my base in that game. I never, in, like, any game, play for much longer than, like, roughly 3 or 4. Isn't that the game Loot Cat played with you guys? Yes. Loot Cat, Jellycat, and I all played Satisfactory together. And that was a lot of fun. So was playing Sea of Thieves together. I hope eventually all 3 of us can play that again. Whatever happened to him, he moved. He had to move over to the east for a job that he's got. And his current job schedule does not really offer him enough space to properly... Oh, Jesus. To properly stream. I think he wants a more consistent schedule to be streaming on. So, he'll probably be away for a while longer. Usually when I get back from work, I see him on Valheim. So, I think he's also been using it as time to catch up with other friends. But, you know, give him time. He's got stuff to sort out. Just worried. Yeah, understandable. Loot Cat hasn't really said a whole lot on the server. I should probably talk to him about that a little bit. But I'll get to that bridge later. Though, saying that, I'm probably also going to forget immediately, because that's the kind of person I am. I forget things a lot. For example, the place I work at has this rewards card, you know, like any other grocery store. And if I were to actually activate it, I could have a 10% employee discount. But I keep forgetting to activate the damn thing. Because every time I go home, my first thought isn't, oh yeah, I should activate the card that could save me money. My first thought is, I'm going to pass out and probably afterwards eat some ice cream. Oftentimes, if enough time, like, passes between something I've heard and all that, I just forget. I don't know why I'm collecting all these things, but I just am. We finally collected the 3 rainbow zirconias. They're just what the people in Colony 6 need. Because loot good. Yeah, I'm doing Loot Cat's job while he's away. Colony 9's collectibles are used widely. Oh, so it's not entirely useless. We've collected 5 Dawn hydrangeas. I have to say this like all the time because I work in like the lawn and garden and I just can't say it properly today, apparently. I hope these will be enough to help Francois feel better. The only useless collectibles would have to be Alchema. The bird people really got the short end of the stick, didn't they? There's only 2 quests that need them. No one likes them as presents. They're kind of bad compared to right after and before. Strange. Heresy has very used and liked presents. Well, keep those in mind then. Because that can always be useful. The best collectible spot is 1 minute swim away into the middle of the ocean. Let's see if I can get the remaining golden caterpillars. But at least it's a landmark. It's always nice to have good collectibles near, like a place that you can actually fast travel to. Useless as a landmark, okay for the collectibles. Interesting. That makes 2 bright figs. These should solve the problem. Hard to get, hard to see, nowhere is close, but it's not very useful. I like how aggro in this game works exactly like it does in a MMO, with some slight adjustments. To be honest, when I'm playing through Xenoblade Chronicles, it feels almost like an MMO turned single player at times. Because it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy XI. I don't have any experience when it comes to MMOs, so I wouldn't know much regarding that. A lot of Xenoblade Chronicles and its like combat and the way it handles like aggro is very similar to what you would see very commonly in MMOs. It has some differences, of course, ones that you wouldn't see in your most MMOs would not have some of the things that Xenoblade has. One of the examples that I can bring up, though, that really links it to MMOs that I'm familiar with, is the way that the higher level you are, the less likely, like, low-level enemies will aggro to you. Like, their aggro range gets shorter. In a lot of MMOs, you also usually have passive and non-passive enemies. That's not necessarily how it works. Are you sure? Because that's what it seems to be right now. Because as it looks right now, it really does seem to be exactly like that. 8 levels above, they won't aggro. I have noticed that, like, the ones that are blue, they don't tend to aggro quite as quickly. It's not usually an easy thing to spot in any MMO unless you know of it as a mechanic. Not actually 100% sure about it. Well, it might be something interesting to look into, I guess. But the things that you won't see much on like, MMOs, for example, this kind of aggro. Where, like, if you make sound, it aggroes. That doesn't happen in any MMO that I'm familiar with. Usually it's like a combination of sound, quote-unquote, and sight. Oftentimes it's like there's a radius of where they'll just detect you no matter what, and there's a cone in front of them that signifies whether they see you. Alright, one more of these and then I'll be done with this quest. If I could recommend anything, though, if you want to, like, try and understand what I'm trying to get across, I would highly recommend playing, like, a free trial. The later Xenoblade games don't tell you what detection type or if they can naturally aggro or not. That would be kind of frustrating. At least knowing what would naturally aggro is useful enough. It doesn't have to tell me what type necessarily, but I wouldn't want to just have to guess necessarily whether or not I will be assaulted if I, like, walk past this thing. It's annoying first time, but after playing the first game, you can kind of guess. Does it work off of the same general rules?
Good job, everyone. Let's not lose our heads, though.
Ricky likes fighting easy monsters.
Like bats and spiders are generally sound unless Xenoblade decides not. It's very weird and annoying. Sounds like it. Caterpillars don't aggro unless they're unique monsters, unless they don't feel like it. Or caterpiles. So there's just times where they're, like, able to aggro anyways because reasons.
This isn't going well.
No spirit is bad.
Herbivores don't naturally aggro, and carnivores and omnivores naturally do aggro as the closest thing to a general thing to go by. That's usually how it works, I guess. In determining whether it's a carnivore is usually just intuition. Like, seems like... monkey. Seems like he would be angry at me. Yeah, you know... I get what you're going with. That's usually the case with a lot of MMO monsters as well. The only difference with MMOs is that you can always tell if they'll aggro, because their names are red. Or in the case of Final Fantasy XIV, their side icon is red, except for birds for some reason. So MMOs are usually sane. Typically. I say typically because then you've got things like RuneScape. RuneScape is anything but sane. Fun, grindy, and very much like this Insanity Mint that I just picked up. Also, I swear I cannot find this last golden caterpillar. If you see set the quest as active, you can see exactly where they are. Probably should do that then. It's a quality of life update. So that wasn't a thing in the original? I can't imagine how just obnoxious that would be. Filter unless you want a headache. Oh, I don't think I have that many quests. At least not yet. You would just have to find them randomly. Ugh. At late game, there's like 400. Side quests are things that you have to pick up. Overall... Overall side quest, I see. I would cry if you had to get that many collectibles. The thing is, I wouldn't even put it past an RPG to do that. Because I have seen some shenanigans in RPGs before. Like, Final Fantasy X, they get a really good weapon, you have to dodge a lightning bolt, like, I think it was like, what, 100 times? And these lightning bolts are random. There's some hellish collectible grinds in all Xenoblade games, actually. Really? Oh, was there a little cave back here that I didn't realize existed? Oh, I don't think I can get to it yet. It's all caved in. Interesting. The next area is known in the community for being painful. The next area, you mean like where that place is being blocked off? And having good night music. in the story. Hmm. I love just hearing Ryan go alley-oop in the distance. Like, main area with its own collectibles page. Huh. Wait, was it up here the entire time? It was up here the entire time. She was like around here-ish. Xenoblade does this sometimes, where like it doesn't give you the exact correct directions.
Look,
Wow, so these are golden caterpillars. They don't glow as larvae at all. It messes with you until you give up, then pities you, in my own findings. I'm gonna look after them so they lay lots of eggs. Then I can see them glow when they hatch. Glad everything worked out. All done. Well done, us. I'm gonna take down enough notes to write a new textbook. When I finish it, I'll show you. There we go. Finished a good old quest. Now we speed down the ramp for no reason. I spent 4 hours hunting for 2 collectibles, then gave up and found them both in 5 minutes. Oh, gotta love that. Well, for now, though, we've been nearly at this for 3 hours, and I think I'm actually going to call it. That said, love Xenoblade, but man, I can understand. There are some games I love, but like some of their issues is just like, what? Why? Yeah. This has been a good stream. Thank you, Windex, Osai. I think Flame was here earlier. Did I forget anyone? I think I saw Poppy. But thanks all of you for coming around. And oh, would you look at that? It appears we have hit 100 followers. Very good stream. Thank you. Well, we've hit 100 followers. I'll have to figure out what to do to celebrate that, because that's kind of a big thing. 100 followers, Osai. I'm not sure what I'll do, but I'll figure something out. Well, next stream next week I'm doing a whole bunch of, like, early stuff. Maybe... I don't have any good ideas either at the moment. I'll think of something. Something to celebrate such an occasion. For now, we're going to raid. Let's see. Who is online? Looks like Murphy is online if you want to watch them Q&A. Maybe. I'll figure something out, like I said. And if you want, like, updates on stuff, the VCAT's Discord should be linked below. Right on the profile area. And in the panels. But, yeah, I'll try to come up with something before next week. For now, we're gonna raid Murphy. Murphy's currently playing Valorant. So, maybe an art stream? Maybe. I'll keep that one in mind, because that one could potentially be good. For now, we'll go over to Murphy, watch them get decimated in Valorant, probably. And to all of you who have stopped by, thanks for hanging out. And ciao!